Have you ever felt a deep intuition or a dream so vivid it seemed more real than life? For millennia, ancient cultures believed this inner vision came from a mysterious organ in our brains. They called it the third eye, a real, physical structure at the center of your head, the pineal gland. This tiny, pine cone-shaped gland has fascinated humanity for ages. The Egyptians saw it as the Eye of Horus, a symbol of power and health. In Hinduism, it's the Ajna chakra, the gateway to higher consciousness. Philosopher René Descartes called it the seat of the soul, the bridge between body and mind. Across civilizations, the pineal gland was revered as a sacred antenna for connecting with the divine and unlocking the mind's deepest potential. They believed that when this eye was open, we could perceive truths beyond ordinary reality. But what if this ancient wisdom holds more than myth? What if this tiny gland truly shapes our consciousness? And what if something today is closing this door? The story of the pineal gland is a journey from ancient temples to modern labs, forcing us to question the very nature of reality. To unravel the third eye's mystery, let's start with what science knows. The pineal gland is an endocrine gland, the master regulator of our body's internal clock. It acts as a light meter, receiving signals about day and night from our eyes and orchestrating our body's rhythms. Its main tool is melatonin, the hormone that signals it's time to sleep, rest, and repair. Melatonin production is triggered by darkness, helping us fall asleep and maintain healthy circadian rhythms. Disruptions, like late-night screen time, confuse the gland, suppressing melatonin and harming our sleep. In our world of artificial light, we're constantly interfering with this ancient process. The pineal gland is our last biological link to the natural cycle of day and night. Scientifically, it's a crucial timekeeper, not a mystical portal. But that's not the end of the story. Could this master clock have deeper functions science has yet to uncover? The pineal gland story deepens with a molecule called DMT, dimethyltryptamine, one of the most powerful psychedelics known. DMT is found in many plants and animals, and some researchers believe our brains may produce it too. Called the spirit molecule, DMT induces intense visionary states, encounters with otherworldly beings, journeys through geometric realms, and a sense of cosmic connection. Dr. Rick Strassman proposed that the pineal gland could be the source of DMT, released during birth, death, or profound spiritual experiences. This theory could explain the vivid visions reported by mystics and shamans across cultures. While the idea is compelling, DMT production in the human pineal gland remains unproven, though the necessary enzymes exist, and DMT has been found in rat pineal glands. The connection is still a tantalizing hypothesis, a possible bridge between science and spirituality. If true, our brains may have a built-in mechanism for transcendent states. The pineal gland, then, could be more than a clock. It could be a stargate to other dimensions of consciousness. This possibility makes its health and function a subject of intense interest. Enter fluoride, a naturally occurring mineral found in water, soil, and food. In the early 20th century, scientists noticed that communities with higher natural fluoride had fewer cavities. This led to water fluoridation, starting in 1945, aiming to prevent tooth decay for everyone. Fluoride strengthens tooth enamel, making it more resistant to decay, and is now in most water supplies, toothpastes, and mouthwashes. Major health organizations, including the CDC and WHO, endorse fluoridation as a major public health achievement. Today, we're exposed to fluoride daily, from brushing our teeth to drinking tap water. For decades, it's been considered a safe, effective way to fight cavities. But some are now questioning whether this mineral, added for dental health, could have unintended effects elsewhere, especially on the pineal gland. Could fluoride, meant to protect our teeth, be affecting the most mysterious part of our brain? The debate is just beginning. The main concern linking fluoride to the pineal gland is calcification, the buildup of calcium phosphate crystals in body tissue. Calcification happens naturally as we age, and the pineal gland is no exception. In fact, it often calcifies so much that it's visible on brain scans. For most doctors, this is just a normal sign of aging. But the pineal gland is unique. It's not protected by the blood-brain barrier and has a high affinity for calcium. Research by Dr. Jennifer Luke in the 1990s found that the pineal gland accumulates more fluoride than any other soft tissue. The theory constant fluoride exposure could accelerate calcification, turning the gland from a soft functional organ into a hard inert stone. This could impair melatonin production, leading to poor sleep and disrupted circadian rhythms. For those who see the pineal as a spiritual antenna, the implications are even deeper. A calcified third eye can't connect us to higher consciousness or produce DMT. Instead, it severs our link to intuition and inner vision. Is fluoride turning our third eye to stone? The evidence is still debated. What does science actually say? There's no dispute that the pineal gland calcifies with age and that fluoride accumulates there. Dr. Luke's research confirmed this link, but the real question is whether typical fluoride exposure is harmful. Most health authorities say that at recommended levels, fluoride is safe. Some animal studies, like Luke's work with gerbils, found high fluoride intake reduced melatonin and triggered early puberty. But these doses were much higher than what humans get. Human studies are inconclusive. Some show links between high fluoride and altered sleep, but can't prove causation. Critics point to studies from high fluoride regions suggesting negative health effects, including lower IQ in children, but these are hotly debated. For those worried about the pineal gland, these findings add fuel to the fire. Mainstream science sees the claim that fluoride shuts down the third eye as unproven and speculative. There are no large-scale human trials showing that water fluoridation impairs pineal function or spiritual abilities. The debate is polarized. One side demands rigorous proof, the other argues that absence of evidence isn't evidence of safety. When it comes to consciousness, the questions remain open. Where science leaves uncertainty, conspiracy theories often take root. Some believe water fluoridation isn't just misguided policy, it's a deliberate effort to suppress consciousness. The theory, if the pineal gland is the third eye, calcifying it would make people more docile and easier to control. Proponents cite dubious historical claims, like Nazi use of fluoride, but mainstream history doesn't support these stories. Water fluoridation began as a public health measure, not a mind control plot. Still, the theory persists, fueled by distrust of authority and a desire for cognitive sovereignty. For some, avoiding fluoride is an act of rebellion, a way to reclaim their mind. For those concerned about fluoride's effects on the pineal gland, the focus shifts to decalcification. The belief calcification can be reversed through diet and lifestyle changes, restoring the gland's function and spiritual potential. The first step is reducing fluoride exposure, using water filters, fluoride-free toothpaste, and avoiding processed foods. Some advocate for iodine-rich foods, raw cacao, and supplements like chlorella and spirulina to help detoxify the gland. Avoiding processed foods and excess calcium is also recommended. Spiritual practices, meditation, yoga, time in nature, and even sun gazing are believed to stimulate the pineal gland. Sound therapy, like binaural beats, is also popular. There's no clinical proof these methods work, but many report personal benefits. For followers, decalcification is both a physical and spiritual journey. We stand at the crossroads of ancient mysticism and modern science. The pineal gland is both a biological clock and perhaps a spiritual gateway. Science measures its output and documents its calcification, but the third eye's deeper mysteries remain. The debate over fluoride and the pineal gland is where fact meets belief. Is calcification a real health issue, or a modern myth born of spiritual longing and distrust? Is water fluoridation a public health miracle, or mass medication with unknown effects on consciousness? Ultimately, the story of the third eye asks, who controls our consciousness, public health officials, or ourselves? Maybe the real journey is about questioning, thinking critically, and exploring the mysteries within our own minds.